Yeah, they got it bumping. Leg drop, boot to the face, we won't fold. Quick to put a dude in this place, he out cold. With a tombstone, grapple the waist, get laid flat. Can't escape, nowhere to go, the cage match. It's on now, when I spot him, it's no problem. Everybody stone cold till they hit with the rock bottom. Sharpshooter, I won't miss him like Bret Hart. Like Al Snow, they gon' need him a head start. I just might catch a better body than Mickey James. Get acquainted with the name, we bring him the pain. Like Kane in the ring, all I see is red. Paul Bearer, Undertaker, I can see the dead. John Cena putting hands in your face. Ted DiBiase, keep a milli on the waist. B2TF, better stay in your place or get smacked down, play it safe. What you talking about?
Welcome to another episode of Boot to the Face here live on YouTube and all your favorite podcasting platforms. I'm Chris Rucker along with my co-host EJ Reed, and we have three in the booth today as we bring back the returning, not only the Boot to the Face, but return to the ring. Ashley D'Amboise, how you doing?
I'm doing great, Rucker. Thanks for having me.
No problem. Glad to have you back. It's been way too long.
Yes. It's been way too long, but I feel like you've stayed connected the whole time. Like, hey, you ready yet? No? Okay. How about that? What's the update?
I do feel like it was like a year or so ago. We were talking, and you were like, well, I'm not really wrestling right now. I'm telling anybody. I was like, okay, I got you. And then I look up and I see you debuting about a month or so ago. I was like, oh, look, you and Brian Cage. Brian Cage came back a little while ago too. So
yeah.
If you want, go ahead and let everybody know what happened exactly.
A lot happened. I'm just gonna set the standard real quick. I have 4 little fur babies running around that make a lot of noise, and this one's scratching on my new bedpost. So when you hear barks and like if a cat tail pops up in my face, that's what it is. They're all in it for the love too. But yeah, it's funny actually. When I was starting to feel ramped up again, Gage and I have been in touch like throughout the whole thing. He's been one of my biggest cheerleaders too. Like he's the one who introduced me to the peptides, the Wolverine stack to like heal. When I first broke my ankle, I wish I had just listened to him because he was like, I'll just send you all the information you need. Just get these 2 things and da 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 da. And I was like, it's a needle, no! Like I'm so afraid to do an injection. And that's actually been pivotal in helping me actually get back into the ring and stay strong and feeling any little. So with my ankle, it didn't heal properly. It had complications going from the fracture to like there's like calcium deposits and collagen and these little connective things that then solidify into the bone, and it wasn't solidifying. So when I walked, there was a joint where your bone should be a one like strong support system for your body weight on top of. And any little like twist or move or pivot, I would feel my ankle in my skin rotate, and it was just like, not ready. Can't even wear anything but sneakers. Like,
that sounds very painful.
Definitely.
That was just one thing. Yeah, that's what
bone on bone's definitely not fun. So you were gone from the world of pro wrestling for 2 years?
Almost
2 years?
Yeah, because there was like, I went back and then shit happened. I had to pull back, and then I went back again, and then other shit happened, and then I pulled back, and then I pulled back for like a solid string of months, like maybe like 5 months, not even training. And then what's crazy is when you stop wrestling, your body catches up to you. And those little things that you like ignored and brushed off, and then the next match you had, you didn't feel like something else hurt. Or like, it's like that one bump you took that one time where you went, ooh, that didn't feel good. Is like, hey, remember me? Like, now we got to go fix this, because everything has like stopped, and my body was like adjusting to this new sedentary lifestyle of trying. I'm in sales now, so it's like, whole lifestyle shift. But yeah.
What do you think your toughest hurdle was on your road to recovery back in the ring?
Mental, man.
Yeah.
I had so many people that were like, you got a good job now. You're making money. Like, why would you do that to your body? Like, stop. Like, you get married, have a family, like, do the things. And I was in such like a weird state of mind where I was like, all right, like, let's try that. Let's see. Like, they always say wrestling's always going to be there if you ever want to come back, or like, I just felt like I had been gone so long, and went through so many physical changes. I was like, I don't even know where would I even start? Like, So what's cool is that QT Marshall and Brian Cage both set me up with CCW. Like, Brian introduced me way long ago, and then QT was like, hey, when you're feeling better, like, go here. And I was like, okay. And every time I tried to start back up, they welcome me with open arms, and like train whenever I want, however, whatever, that's like my family down here. CCW is just, that's where I had my return match too as well. That's where I train now. And Dan was like, it doesn't look like you skipped a beat. Like your cardio will catch up. Why don't you have a match? And I was like, day one after 2 years, like, yeah, just like the only way to do it is to do it. And I was like, no. And he was like, all right. Then I got invited by my first coach to go to New York to train an 8-hour women's workshop. So my second time in the ring was an 8-hour intensive with a bunch of women up in Long Island, and just for a day. And I flew back to Florida. I went back to CCW training the next week, and I was like, oh my God, that was so great. We did this, we did that. I showed him the footage. I did like a on the fly match for 25 minutes with Damian Adams, and I just listened, and we did the whole thing. And I was like, I can't believe I survived. I barely survived. And he was like, okay, so you have a match next week. Let's do it. Like, fuck
it. Was there ever a point when people were telling you like, you got a good job, don't worry about it, where you considered like just not going back to wrestling?
So I never intended on not coming back. That was never the thing. But your mind is more powerful than anything, any muscle you can work in the gym. Like, when you lose confidence in yourself, and then people that you look up to are telling you like, you should put that on the shelf for now and get good at this first, and then you never know, pushing it back, procrastinate. Some people in my family were telling me like that's done, like you're done with that it was a good chapter, close it, move on. And hearing that over and over again, and then having that little bit of self-doubt, I was like, yeah, like I never fully admitted that I wasn't going to go back, but I just let it slip further and further away, because I've never been more like financially stable, and like I had my own place. It was like I'm like, look at all this that I have to be grateful for. And then it was right. Like, why do I still feel so empty? And like, why do I have all this stuff and like I'm grateful, but like I'm so unhappy? And started going to therapy, and we started talking things through. And she like pinpointed, she's like, why don't you just wrestle? I had 4 doctors tell me I should never wrestle again. I should never put a barbell on my neck again. I should never lift heavy again. Like, not only like people that I look up to in life, people professionally, people in my family, but doctors telling me, nah, your neck looks like this. Don't do it. Your ankle is like this. My bone's still not a bone yet, but I don't give a fuck. Sorry. Am I allowed to curse on this?
Yeah, say what you want.
I got my fake beer. Let's go. So, there's like so many fucking voices, and then the one that matters was not strong enough to go like, no, fuck you. And then you reach that breaking point. You reach that rock bottom where you're like, why am I even alive anymore if I can't do what I want to fucking do? And that's why I posted that thing before where it was like, I'm not trying to like tiptoe through life to get to death safely. Like, I want to show up. Like, if my neck looks like this and my spine's all like that and I'm walking like Gangrel, I don't give a hell. Like, I don't care. Like, let me do that, because then I've lived fully. And like, what else are we here for? you reach like an existential moment when you're down that far and everyone else's voices are stronger than yours.
So I will say, and we won't get too far into it. I've been doing research on your comeback and watching videos here and there. And I mean, I don't know you the best, but I do feel like there's been a change in how you come off and how you can, especially in wrestling. Like seeing you got a little more attitude now than you had the first go around. Um, and then just so far in the interview right here, you just seem like a different person in a
Yeah.
good way.
That other person didn't survive all that shit. She died. She didn't make it to the other side, but I did. And that voice inside my head is louder than anybody else's voice now. And I think that's what's coming across.
It's good. So being back in the ring, I'm guessing you're happy now.
Yeah, that's not even the word, but yeah, we'll go with that.
So how many matches have you had since you've come back?
3.
3.
Yes.
And I saw I think the last one was yesterday, right? You and Kristen Blaze.
Last night. It was supposed to be just myself and Kristen Blaze. And then we had a surprise with Ruthie J at the end. And I didn't have a problem with her, but now I do. So I'll let you guys find out. They'll play the replay. I'm not happy, but it's okay.
Yeah. I saw that today when I was looking. I was trying to find stuff to like put in the background on here, but I was telling EJ earlier, everything's so technical now, and I'm not the most tech savvy person. So it was like, all right, I guess we'll just do Windows.
ChatGPT it.
Yeah.
That's usually what he uses for all the other, like he handles all the video stuff. I'm just here. Luckily, I'm friends with a bunch of people that have more talent than I do because
use your resources.
yeah, like JD. Shout out to JD Hoop. He did all the background, the graphic for this, and like JD's the guy. We had a guy do the song that you heard when we came in. He just randomly put that together and put a video together for.
So sick.
I'm like thriving off of other people just being like, "Oh yeah, I'll do this for you." I'm like, "Cool. What do I owe you? Don't worry about it. Just."
Right. And isn't that beautiful? That's another point. Like when I was just, because I was not even gonna start doing matches and go on and do traveling and whatnot and in interviews. I was just gonna like wrestle. I just wanted to get in the training ring and make and do it, right? Then there are certain little YouTube pages, Instagram pages that are like Ultimate Esportes is like the biggest support system, like what you were just saying with using their talents and just wanting to contribute. It's their dream to contribute to you, and it's helping your dream happen.
Mm-hmm.
So like everyone's living their passion and making their dreams come true, and it's fueling everyone else's at the same time. It's the coolest thing, like highlight reels, promo videos, like just sending it over to me for free. And I was like, what do you want for this? He's like, no, I just love doing it. You know? What?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I wish I had that kind of talent. I wouldn't do it for free though.
Right. I mean, there's some things that you do pro bono and other things.
Right.
Great for it.
So Chris, you mentioned that you noticed the attitude change since you returned in the ring. A lot of fans talk about your natural charisma between the ropes. How much of your current presentation is an extension of who you are versus like a deliberate character you built from scratch?
So I'm not that creative. Like that's like the only way that you can actually stay consistent and make people feel something is when you're really real about it and you pull yourself into it and then like see how far you can pull that string. I don't even think I've begun to pull the string enough. I'm just like getting started, but whatever's coming out right now is literally me turned up a lot of notches.
I always say that's the best character, just you turned up to 11. So that's awesome.
It's a fact. Because then, and I must say, like, coming back after having taken it away from myself essentially for so long and now allowing myself to do this again, I appreciate it and I feel it. And I'm so much more emotional now than ever before. Like, I pull up to the venue and I'm like, I gotta do it again. You know, like, like, shut up, stop, get in there. Oh, I'm hard. Let's wrestle. But I'm in this inside. I'm like, I'm so happy.
That's funny.
Yeah. Don't tell nobody that.
I won't.
Hard.
It's
I'm
just
French
between
bitch.
us and whoever ends up watching this. That she's a baby before she starts wrestling. So me and EJ, when we were talking about this interview, I was like, you remember her from like she's like an AEW Dark and Rampage alum, and she was like the mainstay on that. Are there any plans now that you're in a better place, like outside of wrestling? Are there any plans to go back to a full-time schedule like that?
Don't tell my boss.
Which one?
My shoot job. That, like, yes, I can make that happen. Like I said, I'm very stable right now. I'm able to do a lot of work, and I'm just there for the love of it. But like, to make that my bread and butter again is like, you don't have I mean, unless I can figure out a way to do remote shit, but like, it's hard to like rely 100%, because before I broke my ankle, 100% I was wrestling. I didn't I woke up, went to the gym, went to training, did like promos or like worked out some like whatever, like work from home stuff, just but related to wrestling. And then I would go back to sleep, do it again. Wake up, train, wake up, train. And then we would have match on the weekends. And then like when you don't have your body, you're not making any money. So I'm like, shit, I don't want to pigeonhole myself again where it's like, so it's like I have to like work up to a point where I feel comfortable to be able to do that full time, because I don't know, when your body goes, you lose your income, and then what,
Yeah.
So I do not want to live that again. That was hard to come back from. I was in so much debt, like it's crazy, dude. But that would be the dream, as long as I can like just fucking do it and get a real contract to do it.
Okay. You got some, EJ?
So, who's one opponent that you haven't faced that would be like kind of your dream match to do?
Ooh. Dead or alive?
Oh yeah, we could do dead or alive. I was thinking more so alive, but
It's like, let's keep everyone alive. I got to like get in the ring with her before, but I would love to do more work with Jamie Hayter.
ooh,
I respect her so much, and she just doesn't hold back anything. But yeah, I would say Hayter. I'm like, there's literally like, I'm at a point where like I'm so grateful. I don't care who, just let me wrestle.
Big fans of Jamie Hayter over here.
Why do you say that?
We love Jamie Hayter. We're just big fans of her. Yeah.
Let's fucking go.
Wouldn't mind seeing that match. I don't know. I mean, I don't know who I'd have to cheer for.
Right? Jeez.
Jamie
Yeah.
Hayter versus Ashley. We're gonna put that out in the universe.
Oh,
We'd love to see that.
That would be awesome. Or I just gotta find a tag team partner.
Yeah. Well, I'm too old, so don't look at me. I want no part of that.
You wouldn't look good in a unitard like I wear. You gotta find
Sure,
I
I
need a
would.
girl.
That big flat back.
That big flat back. You already know. Does EJ know about that?
No. That's just the
You're like-
inside Orange Theory joke that Ashley coached a couple classes when I was going to Orange Theory, and I don't take shit seriously, so I'm in there like joking the whole time I'm working out, and I guess it's contagious. And she was doing a movement. She was like, "You gotta have a big flat back," and I was just like, I don't know why that shit was funny to me. So I just kept yelling it the rest of the class, and that was our little thing for the next couple years.
I think we were doing bent over rows on the bench, and I wanted you to like widen your lats and then row, like make your back big and flat, like a big flat back. And he's like,
Yeah.
big flat back.
But she was a good coach, man. She was fun. The coaches that had the most fun gave you the best workouts, I feel. The ones that weren't like, so we miss you at Orange Theory. Or at least me
I
and
missed
Tabitha
it
do.
too. I tried to go back, and I was like, hey, you guys hiring? And down here in Florida, this is where OTF started. So it's like oversaturated. There's a million coaches and like this many
Yeah.
classes. They're like, you got like a couple classes a week. I was like, okay, cool. Still can't quit my job.
Yeah. I think I went to one called like Dr. Phillips or something like that around Orlando. Dr. Phillips Orange Theory. I don't know why it was called that, but that was the name of it. We did that in Orlando, and it was like, it's different down there. It's a lot different.
The vibe is way different.
Yeah.
New York.
Hold up. What do you mean by that, Rucker?
What?
It's different.
It's just a different vibe. Like so with Orange Theory, you can go anywhere in the country that they've got them. Like your membership is nationwide.
Mhm.
So like every time I travel, I'm like, that's a fun thing to do is when you travel to go to a different one. But just the one in Florida was different. It wasn't it wasn't like any other Orange Theory I'd been to. I can't explain it, Florida man, I guess.
Well, say Florida is a different state to begin
Yeah.
with. So.
That's why Ashley's different now. She moved to Florida and now she's like cussing on the podcast. And I don't think I've ever heard her swear before.
That Ashley's dead. That's why.
Yeah, this is the rebirth. This is the new Ashley.
Ring gear. That was something we talked about the last time you were here. Now that you're back, are you doing different ring gear? You wearing what you had, or are you changing it up to match the intensity?
I have a set right now being made that I am so excited to debut, and I'm waiting for the right time to debut the whole piece. But what's cool about the gear that I'm wearing right now is that is the last gear that I wore before I broke my ankle. I broke my ankle in that gear.
Mm.
I had only worn it once for like half of a match.
I feel like I would have been worried that I don't want to wear that anymore. I'd have retired that gear if I'd have got hurt in it. I'm just superstitious like that though.
I had a different outlook on it. I was like more redemptive because I felt that way about my boots. Fuck my boots. Those things, they were like loose, not supportive. I learned the importance. Now I have lace ups. I can make it extra tight around the ankles. Support. The other one was just a little zipper, and I was like, these are comfy. No, with what happened, I needed support to help. Maybe I would have just sprained it instead of broke. I don't know what would happen, but like the boots, I threw those away. The gear can stay.
As far as wrestling matches, types of matches and stuff like that, what's one match that you'd like to have that you hadn't been a part of yet? Like a death match or
Definitely not one of those.
No tube lights for her.
no thumbtacks?
No.
She's like, I gotta go to work on Monday. I ain't got time to have holes all over me.
Can you imagine? I have a rope mark or something right here. Do you see this?
Oh my god.
I don't
What
know
is
if it's
that
from the rope or if it's from the boot that she was choking me with last night. I'm like, I'm about to go to work, sit in front of a client, and give a presentation with like a hickey on my jugular.
She's like, I can't wear a turtleneck in August.
I was like, how am I gonna explain it? I'm like bruised up too, like on my hip too. I got hit with a chair 4 times, I think. I lost count. So I don't even know what it looks like back there. But yeah, if that's enough. If I go and I start doing thumbtacks and light tubes and I'll do tables, ladders, and chairs, actually.
That'd be dope.
That'd be different. Actually, that'd be fun.
When I was younger, I always wanted to be a wrestler. And then now that I talk to wrestlers a lot more and I see like all the bruises and shit that y'all have, I'm like, yeah, I think I did the right thing with my career choice. Like, no part of me wants to wake up feeling like that at all.
I love it. I don't feel like I feel useless if I wake up and I'm not sore. Now, what am I doing?
I don't know, living like a normal person, maybe.
I tried it. I can't. I tried it for almost 2 years.
Oh my goodness, that's funny.
So you mentioned the possibility of doing this full time in the future. What are some of your other like short term or medium term goals in the wrestling ring right now?
Yeah, just keep getting better. I mean, right now with the schedule that I have, it's flowing really nicely, and I want that to keep building. And I don't know what I can say and what I can't say right now, but there is like very immediate goals that are being met within the next few weeks that I just need to see where that takes me, and then everything will kind of adjust and fall into place from there. I'm just trusting in the process. I was not ready to have a match on my first match, but coach said, yeah, just fucking do it. And I leaped and I let the wings form along the way. And that's all I got to do now with everything else moving forward. I'm not stopping. My foot's on the pedal. Gas.
Awesome.
Yeah.
One of the matches you had recently was we just talked about against Kristen Blaze, the 1% of the 1%. So I saw her in Vegas during it was like an all women show, which by the way, I love women's wrestling. It's like my favorite thing. So Vegas had an all lady show. She was there. There's a couple other people I saw there that I'm starting to recognize on the indies now. Who so far that you've come in contact with, do you think like has the juice to get to the next level like sooner rather than later?
Definitely Kristen Blaze. What?
Yeah.
She's a professional. Like, may not do everything by the books in the ring, but I respect her as an athlete. I respect her as a professional in the business. She takes it seriously. What's cool about her is you'll talk about something, you'll see her take a beat, it'll calibrate, and then go. And I'm like, you're a robot. But just like really fun. And what's cool is before I like stepped away and just focused on financial stability, her and I were in the ring training every Sunday together. She was new, like brand new. Oh, this girl, Kristen, she was the pole vaulter. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Like, sweet, bring her in. I like having a female to train with. And Nikki Blackheart was the other girl there. So it was like me and Nikki, and then this girl, Kristen, would come around. And it was like, oh. So it's really, I must say, like, despite the feud that we're in right now, because it's nothing personal. I'm trying to make up for my lost fucking time. I have 3 titles that I had to relinquish when all the injuries happened. So like, to see her go from like learning how to take a bump to fully out there, be like next level character, people in the ring, like her turned up to 1,000 is just like, damn, let me get some of that. Let me get in the ring with her. It's been so long, and to see her progress, there's no doubt in my mind that she's making it all the way to the top. Like, and their industry would be missing out if that didn't happen.
So you talk about working with newer wrestlers. So when stepping in the ring against opponents with like drastically different styles, like how do you adjust your game plan to ensure your own style and personality shine through?
I'm very like, I go in there and I know what I want to happen, but you go like, it's like with anything, like when you make a plan, God laughs. It's like, what's going to happen is going to happen. So I really am trying to stay as open and receptive as possible. There's a lot of times that you'll see me getting thrown around a lot, and I'm letting it happen because I'm feeling what they're going for, what their go-to is. When you watch this match back from last night, I already knew she was going to fuck with my hair again. And you wait till you find your moment and then you adjust. And I just started ripping her hair out. That's why I was this close till fucking Ruthie J came in. But it's like, okay, cool. I see what you got. You showed me all your cards now. Like, how do you like it? So that's my spot.
See, if I was a manager, I'd be like, all right, if she's going to pull your hair out, you got to put a fake ponytail in. That way, when she goes to grab it and she falls, you turn around and you hit her with the rock bottom and bam, new champ. See?
I was trying to get off. She put me up for a superplex after I stalled her, and I was like, girl, I'm about to just dive on you and crush you. Like, I feel like I still have more weight, even though she's more chiseled. I'm coming back with my chisel, by the way. But that I got shoved off of that thing, and I did not land on her. So, anyways.
Speaking of my bad, EJ. I didn't mean
Oh,
to step over you, but
no, go ahead.
speaking of being in shape, I know you're not on the road full time yet, but how hard is it as a wrestler? You wake up, you're sore, the whole nine. How hard is it to stay in shape and make yourself go to the gym when you're probably not feeling like it after a crazy match the night before?
I don't experience that. When I'm full-time wrestling, like I wake up, I have to get in the gym. I have to get moving. Like it's not, it's easy. It's been
Mhm.
part of my like life, my whole life. Like we met in Orange Theory Fitness. Like I've always first thing, like I taught the 5 a.m. classes up at 3:30, leave the house, take the train to wherever, and then have that early class, and then I would have my own workout. It's the same with wrestling. It's like when your body's constantly in motion, you don't feel like everything just like recalibrates and resets. One of the cool things I'm learning about right now is fascia, and like that it is now recognized as an organ that goes through every muscle and part of your body, and there's slings, and it affects everything. So like when it's cold, it's like stiff and it's like solid. You can't really get much out of the muscle. You can get injured really easily. But
Mhm.
waking up and knowing I'm going to hydrate my fascia by moving, even if it's getting on the treadmill and walking for 10 minutes. Once I do that, I'm ready. Then I start jogging, then I start sprinting, and then I get off. And I'm like, I'm gonna go lift something now, But then it's like you get ready to go for the match later, and you learn how to pace yourself so that you're not gassed out in the daytime, and then you can't give your best at night for the match. But like when you're doing that and it's your routine, like I don't think it's that hard. Like maybe it's not hard because like my travel buddy a lot of the time was Brian Cage. He had a gym in every state. He would wake up, he'd be like, and if I wasn't like ready to go to meet with him in the lobby at 8 a.m. or whatever time he said, he would leave without me. But like it was like, okay, cool, get up, go, and we're like lift if you want to lift. If that's your priority, this is when we're meeting. This is when we're leaving. This is when we go back. This is when we have call time. And it was like it makes the trip flow, and you're constantly like activated. You're ready. When you're just sleepy, you roll out of bed. I don't know how people do that. And there's like, oh, let me wrestle now. No, like, gotta get it warmed up. Gotta go.
Yeah.
So, I got one more question. If somebody is watching that hasn't seen one of your matches, what could they expect when they're paying for a ticket to see one of your matches? What do they expect from a show?
They can expect a lot of sass. They can expect la creme de la creme. I want everyone to learn this movement and just know to give it back at me, okay? A fun, entertaining, sassy match. I don't know how it really varies on who's across the ring from me, but and what my relationship with that person is. That's a really hard answer to give you. It's a great question.
Well, I have one now. I don't know how great it is, but
Mm.
I'm not into the intergender wrestling. Would you be down to do one? Have you done one of those before? Would you be down, and who would your opponent be for that? And don't say Brian Cage.
Hell no.
The machine.
Hell no. I see that guy in action. I was just talking about this last night with Eddie. I've got mixed feelings about it. And a lot of them come from my old school coaches that are like when you're training and we're learning and we're building strength and we're building reps and tolerance, and you're in the ring, it's like we're all just bodies.
Mm-hmm.
It's not male versus female. But then when one of the biggest compliments I've gotten since coming back was from Dan. He called me a game day player. Like once, and I think that a lot of great wrestlers have that same, that once the lights are on and you walk out and there's people there for you to play with, it's hard to just look at like I'm a androgynous body and you're an androgynous body and like there is a difference between men
Mhm.
and women's bodies and wrestling and like cool technique whatever, but like it's hard to see like really big dudes against really small chicks and then she's like completely dominating him and he's like, oh no, she got me, like it's hard to like suspend my disbelief that much,
Right.
like but then if you want to make it real and then you have the dude like slamming on this woman like killing her, it's like a lot of people are going to
Uncomfortable.
be sensitive to that. It's uncomfortable, like don't really want to even see that. But I think if it's well matched up,
Mhm.
for example, I had an accidental intergender match.
Accidental? How'd that happen?
So
She
I
was walking
finally
to the
got
ring
booked.
and she fell down and ended up in a men's tag match.
The floor caved in and I was in a different ring. No. So I will give a shout out to Princess Deathwish. So he's a male wrestler that does intergender and very fun, very flamboyant, very much like so smart, like so just like tick, 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 with like the match, the technique, the system, the process. And I had never met him before, but I was booked for a match with a female in Seattle, in Spokane, Seattle, and I was like way out where I've never been before. I'm just Southeast girl, Northeast girl, that's it. And then got there and she never made it back to Seattle from she was in Florida.
Oh, I was like, damn.
Yeah,
You mean
I
she didn't
think
make
she
it back?
had.
She went on to be with the Lord.
Oh,
That's not
she was
astounding.
on the land of the living, but she was in Florida, which is debatable. But she never made it back to the Northwest, and they were just like, "So you don't have an opponent?" And I was like, "Oh, glad I just flew all the way out here." Like, well, we got someone for we'll find him. We'll introduce you. Like they were trying to reach out to like Chrissy Janes was like the closest one in the region, and she was like, you can't just ask someone last minute when they're
Yeah.
always wrestling. It's like I'm booked. Sorry, like everyone was booked. No one was available, and I was like, dang. So I was so nervous. I was like not prepared to do an intergender match, and it ended up being really fun. Really cool. Like we're kind of like the same height. Um, I don't even like. I don't fully remember the match, but I just remember doing it and being so proud. I was like, yeah, like I got him. But I don't know, like if I were to do an intergender match today, like who it would be against. I wouldn't be against it. I just would need it to be well thought out, well planned,
Mhm.
have like a reason.
That's what's up.
Who would you like to see? Like what matchup would you see as like an intergender match that you would actually believe? Like Jamie Hayter versus
Believe?
who?
Yeah.
I don't. You know, I could see somebody like Darby Allin size.
Like a Sonic Kiss, like Sonic Kiss.
Yeah, Sonic.
Yeah.
That's
I used to
perfect.
wrestle with Sonny Kiss in Jersey.
That's like old. What do you call it? COVID TikTok stuff there with all the AEW people that used to just sit around doing TikTok dances. I'd get off work and be like, all right, let's see what's going on in wrestling today, and it'd just be Beyonce
TikTok.
and Meg Thee Stallion lyrics and everybody dancing to them. You don't remember those days, EJ?
I do remember. I try to forget those days, but that part of it was entertaining. Like seeing what everybody did. That's when like TikTok blew up. But that was the entertaining part. But like everything else that was going on, that was a terrible time.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you ever get to go to when you were with AEW and doing Dark and did you ever go overseas with them?
I did not get to go overseas. Actually, like right when I stopped, because so I got signed, and then what was it, like 3 months later I broke my ankle. That happened overseas, but while I was overseas, I cut a promo in French against Athena, or she barged in on it, and I was speaking French in the middle of it, and Dean Malenko was producing it, and he came up to me after. He's like, "You speak French?" I was like, "Yeah," and he goes, "Okay, I have an idea," and like it was so cool to have, hey Tabs. It was so cool to have like an idea from Dean Malenko for me because of the promo I had just cut. So I was like, oh my God. So I like was in touch with him and I was like, look, I'm going to Paris. I have a triple threat there. I can film some content over there. Like one of the things I still want to do, it was so exciting. There's Le Chateau d'Amboise and Leonardo da Vinci's grave is inside of the castle that has my name on it. So I was like, I need to go shoot some shit there and be the French bitch. Like, yo, I'm royalty. You see that castle? That's got actually my name on it. You know what I mean? Like, just get real cocky and then like, and go with the idea that he had. But then everything fell apart. So, what was the question?
I was just asking, had they took you overseas or not since when you were a part of the company?
No. Oh, but when I came back, they were doing Montreal, and I was like, man.
Yeah, I remember the last time you were on, we were talking about your ties to Montreal. Your sister lived out there, right? She like
Yeah.
on, I think,
Born and
because
raised out there.
yeah, because Jay, who used to produce, he lives in Montreal, and I think he said he knew about. It was years ago. I'm getting old. I can't remember everything, but I think he knew about like your sister's restaurant or something like that. If I'm getting that right.
Her restaurant is like infamous over there. She owns the butcher shop, 2 restaurants. There's now a nightclub underneath, but now a boutique hotel on top. So if you get too tipsy and party too long, just get a room upstairs. It's got a good setup out there. Shout out Leah.
Sounds like Atlanta.
She's got like the Atlanta part of Montreal up there downtown.
That's funny. Okay. You got anything else, CJ?
I do have one more thing. So we aren't tribalistic around here, so I don't want you to give like a specific company's name, but if you were to sign with a national company, does your style gear towards more be signing to like an in-ring focused company or a storytelling company?
You have to have both. I want both. Like one of my favorite things with like when I really started diving into TNA and was invited over there, like the storylines there captivated me more than any other company that I was familiar with. But so technically I'm still under contract, so I can't really say we're like, you know what I mean? Like I still want to finish what I fucking started and I want to actually turn it into something. But one thing that I would love to do, and it was cool because there's a synchronicity that happened last night. I want to go to Japan. I want to do some training in Japan and some wrestling. And it's crazy. That was one of the things that I was talking about before the injury. And then it was at a point where AEW was like, we're not trying to send anyone there right now because I was in like the little group of people that like just got signed, and I was like, okay, like no worries, I'll wait till that window opens back up, and then I disappeared, right? So coming back in, I'm seeing like Julia and Sky over there, Megan Bain was over there, like so many people were over there, and just like I think because of the environment they put you in, you dig a lot deeper and you find another version of yourself that you can embellish and like make bigger when you come here. So it's like really cool to see like how much their technique and style has changed. They're like it's like a crisp like focus on what you're doing nonstop. It's like an intensive where you don't get that opportunity to do that too much here. If you're like constantly on the go, constantly on the road in your, every day, I wake up, I train, I wrestle. I wake up, I train, I wrestle. Like disrupt everything, channel, focus, and then the cool ass shit is happening. And I'm like, yo, I want to fucking do that. And last night I got to meet Sumi from Stardom. So, and a couple of the other wrestlers were there. Juliana was there. And I was just like, hi, I'm Ashley. Good
Can you put me in your bag when you go home? I want to go
Bring
too.
me with you.
How hard is it when you're wrestling somebody that speaks a different language as far as inside the match? So I would imagine it would be harder, but I guess depending on how you look at it, it could be easier if y'all can't communicate and you're just going off a feel. So, what is your experience with wrestling somebody in a different language?
Oh my gosh, it was so cool. So I got to wrestle Emi Sakura, Maki Ito, and we have a translator. Um, uh, Emi's really good at getting across what she is trying to get across, and it's wrestling is its own language. It is so cool. So I think the coolest revelation is that we don't really need to talk, because it's like we're speaking with our bodies, and you're feeling each other. I think you're more in tune to feel what's happening in the ring when you don't know, like, what, like, if you're talking to each other throughout the match, like, you can kind of maybe get a little lazy. But when you don't have that, and now, like, when you lose one of your senses, the other one's strengthened. So
Mhm.
it's like it was really cool. But we had a translator, so it's interesting working with three people to, like, call the match. And when there's absolutely no English, it's even more like you have to trust each other and just fucking stick to the plan. I don't know, but arigato. Who's yeah, exactly. Is it? I
Um,
learned little things, but anyway, go ahead.
I was gonna say we have a question in the chat from C Fluid. He says, "How was the experience wrestling on the Jericho cruise?"
Oh, take me back. I just was spamming their inbox like, "Hi, I'm back. Can I go again?" It was okay. So I've never been on a cruise before. I've still never been on a cruise just to have a cruise. So, like, being able to work and be on the cruise and be with a bunch of friends and fans, everyone just excited. The coolest thing is being able to be on a boat that's like full service, everything that you could want, with people that are all like in love with at least one common thing.
Mhm.
And then everyone, because it's like you're all on one boat together, like, you can't, like, you can go hide in your room if you want and then not have any fun, but like you go out, you have fun, and it's just like you get to be a person with other people and, like, run around the ship. Like, I brought my little sister with me. It was really cool. But when it comes to the wrestling, I was very nervous about, like, how the boat moving would affect anything. I must say I didn't feel the boat moving at all, so that was cool. Um, I did get to wrestle Britt Baker and Abaddon, and it was raining at some point, like sprinkling. So I was nervous for so many reasons, like my opponents, the environment, and now the weather. And I was like, are we gonna do this, or are they gonna call off the matches? Because it's started pouring at one part of the night where I was like, I don't think, like, Ricky Starks is doing something, and it was like raining, and he's on the rope, and I'm like, what the hell is happening? Like, I would have cut all that shit out. But no, it was fun.
Like, do you feel the boat moving when you're at wrestling, or is it?
I did not, and
Mhm.
it was at night, so you don't even see the ocean. I think
Mhm.
that helps. You're like, oh, it's just like a black box, and then there's like lights here, and the ropes. You have the ropes for, like, context, so you know where you're at all times.
You mentioned Abaddon, which made me think of a question. When you wrestle somebody that's got a character like that and that comes out and they look as scary as she does, like, does that ever hit you when you're like, people talk about being in the ring when the Undertaker's coming out? It's like, when I was talking to him backstage, I wasn't afraid of him, but now it's like, oh shit, the gong just hit. Did you ever, like, have to snap yourself out of it when you see something like that?
Abaddon's a unique one for sure, so I would say yes. So much fun though, because the way that Abaddon looks at organizing a match is different from anyone else that I've worked with too. And I appreciated that opportunity to, like, live a actual horror story that was in place. Like, the mindset was like, not, we're gonna create a match that's like this, that, this, that. It was like, it's a movie. And so I didn't want to snap myself out of it. I wanted to be in that movie. And it is weird. My whole, like, childhood, I didn't really, like, I was forced to watch horror films from my Aunt Jennifer. Shout out Aunt Jen. But she would, like, make us watch them, and then eventually it was just like all right, I'm used to this now. And I would like watch it from a different perspective as like a performer, where I'm like, I want to be an actor in a horror film. I want to be crawling out with my leg hanging off, like, like I just want to like see like what it would feel like to be an actress in that situation. And when I got to wrestle Abaddon, that it was pretty cool. It kind of came to fruition in that aspect. That's a fun question.
I wouldn't wrestle her. I walked by her at WrestleCade one time and I was like, oh, okay, not going over there.
You don't play.
Yeah. Well, speaking of like WrestleCade and stuff like that, do you have any plans to start doing meet and greets and conventions and things of that nature?
Yeah, I've got 2 in the books right now. I've got my little calendar being built up right now. It's really cool how I must say, like, I have to say like a general thank you to everyone that has even like acknowledged that I've come back. The way that I've been received, that's why I think I'm crying all the time, because it's like I just wanted to wrestle. I just wanted to like get in a training ring and like play around a little bit because my soul needed it. And then it's like, oh my God, we missed you. And I'm like, you remember me? Like it's like I don't even like to be remembered by, and like to see people that were always there for me from day one, to be like, yo, it's really good to see you back. Like we needed you. Like even like wrestling doesn't need anybody, but like just people going out of their way to say stuff like that. Thank you to like everyone that said that, and you're one of them, Chris. So like, fuck. I forgot what you were just asking because you just made that thought pop in my head. Can you say that again?
Are you planning on doing meet and greets and
Signings.
conventions? There we go.
Yes, thank you. Yes, so when I the first person that reached out to me about that, it was like, oh my gosh, yes. Like I don't even, just bring me in. Let me do it. I don't even, they're like, what would be your rate? I was like, bring me. But yeah, so I've got one in New York coming up in November. I don't remember off the top of my head. And then I've got another one. I'm going to be in Montreal again at the end of the year. And then I'm talking about going back to France at the end of the year, because that's where I just have to redeem myself in that location. I don't know.
I like it. Can't wait to see those videos popping up on the feed.
No doubt.
Yeah.
I'm out, EJ. If you're good, you don't have anything else.
No, we appreciate you coming on, and we gotta in the future get a trilogy of interviews. We'd like to have you back on in the future.
Hell yeah! Thank you guys so much. It was great talking to you and having a round 2.
Well, besides your meet and greets, if you got anything you want to plug, you got matches coming up, or where people can find you on social media, you can do all that now if you want.
Just literally keep your eye out on CCW. And that's all I'm going to shout out right now. So much gratitude towards them. Every Saturday, I'm trying to be doing something. So just check out, stay up to date on my stories and on my Instagram. You'll see where I'm at every weekend.
We have one more question that just came in from the chat if you want to answer that one. What's the biggest challenge, if there's any, for preparing for wrestling on TV as compared to non-televised shows?
You got to treat it all the same. The biggest thing that I guess you could say is different is what's cool about in a more intimate setting. Like last night, everything was a front row seat pretty much. And you get to play with the people more. Like I get to forget that there's a hard cam and like production and television, sometimes when you're doing a match for TV, you forget about the audience. You really shouldn't, but like you're more focused on like the people watching through screens, and I need to find the camera. And when I'm not so much worried about that, then I'm like, my coworker texted me last night, I made it to the match. Now I'm like in the middle of the ring, I do some shit and I look up and I'm like looking for him. I'm like, you saw that? You get to like, it's so much more intimate, and you get to like feel that connection with people who love what you're doing. So like, I'd say the hardest thing is just constantly making sure that you remember what you're there for and who you're wrestling for.
That's interesting because as a fan, I think I have more fun at smaller shows like that. Just everybody's not trying to be too cool. Like you're just enjoying being a fan of wrestling, and the tickets are a lot cheaper too. So that helps. Like sitting front row is a lot more doable when you're,
Yeah.
going to a smaller show. But the big shows are cool and all. Like, but I feel like it comes across too. Like you can tell the wrestlers are having more fun when it's something that's not on TV and they can just kind of let go and try different stuff. So that's interesting that was your view on it.
Yeah, it's really, and one of the cool, I know we got to go, but when I was not taking matches or participating in any shows, I really, for the first time, got to watch it all as a fan with no skin in the game. And when I was younger, I watched it on TV, WWF with my dad and my mom, and then like watched it there, but I never went to a live show. So being able to like pull up on a Friday night, Saturday night, and just watch CCW people, like I know these guys, but like I'm not part of it right now because I hadn't stopped being a wimp yet. I was like, I'm just gonna watch it, and like going there with friends and just getting into it, like the love of wrestling just kept boiling over so much so that I was like, that's it, I'm done waiting, I'm getting in. But yeah.
Well, thank you again for coming on. I'm sure you got people trying to get in touch with you left and right now that you're back. So we appreciate you taking the time for us. It's always a good chat with you. I'm glad to have you back in wrestling. Hopefully you'll have a title pretty soon. So for EJ Reed, I'm Chris Rucker. This has been another episode of Boot to the Face. Shout out again to Ashley. Until next week, where we're back at our regular time, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard on YouTube. Peace. There we go. Had to